I'll tell you a little bombshell. I first started talking, I did an interview with an independent media company called Resistance GB in June before the general election.
Yes.
And I exposed that the names, the companies involved in the trafficking of children into the UK for paedophilia. We'd given all the names of the people on the ground, the companies, how they're bringing them in, to the UK police, to MI5, to the National Crime Agency. And I took it to the government. I took it to the then leader of the House and the Lord Chancellor, who's supposed to be in charge of the judiciary in Parliament, all the evidence, and said, look, we've taken this to the police, taken it to MI5, we've got the recordings of speaking to them, we've taken it to the National Crime Agency, nobody wants to investigate any of this. Look at the names on here who were involved in it, look at their links, and they wouldn't get involved. I did an interview about that back in June. 4 weeks later, Leicestershire Police came and picked me up and accused me of paedophilia. That was a warning. They investigated me for 4 months. They alleged that I was a member of the Freemasons and I'd taken part in ritualised child abuse at Freemasons meetings. Liz, I've never been a member of the Freemasons. I refused to join them 30 years ago. I've never been a member, never been to a lodge meeting. And they had to drop it all after 4 months. That was my punishment for raising the issue of systemic child abuse in the UK. And I've done it many, many times over my career and exposed numerous people. And that was the warning. That was because everything I was delivering, that evidence was all true. Now, the evidence came from two insiders in Ukraine who were in the Ukrainian secret services, and they were collecting the children, mainly from the Donbass. There's 9,000 children from the Donbass who've never been found, disappeared.
Wow.
These two Ukrainian secret service agents didn't know each other. They both supplied exactly the same information. I gave it to the government and the National Crime Agency. My intermediary source, having passed all this evidence to the National Crime Agency, 2 days later, their LinkedIn profile was checked out on their social media by someone who worked at the company that we'd implicated in laundering the money to pay for the children. So someone at the National Crime Agency had told the company we tipped them off about, and they were checking out somebody in my organisation. That and never had any links with them before. Now, the two Secret Service agents in Ukraine, both of them had car bombs put under their cars. One's dead and one's survived. He's in hiding. And those brave people in Ukraine who were doing the right thing risked their lives to get that information to the British authorities through me, and nobody would do anything.
Good heavens. Andrew, that is deep, deep corruption. And right, it feels as if it goes to the highest levels, and it spans out through I mean, those police doing that, a clear attempt to intimidate you and silence you, that ridiculous charge of Freemasonry. I was accused of being a Freemason, and women can't even be Freemasons, I gather. I know nothing about it. It's just peppered everywhere. But well done you withstanding that. But that is appalling about the car bomb. So again, all of it pointing.
I can send you the clip of one of them getting into his car and it exploding. It's on security camera. I'll send it to you.
And where is the other one? Is he safe somewhere now? Are you in touch?
I can't tell you where he is. He's in hiding, but he's now, all the information from him has been disseminated. Whatever happens to him, that information's there. You can't get rid of it. And I've spread it. I've got it in 4 different places as well.
Andrew, this is literally explosive. Is there a point you will give up on trying to do it through the normal authorities, the regular authorities, and find another way? Does that mean you have to go public with it? What is the way you can get this out?
We'll have to go public with it. We'll have to go public with it and get it out there. That's what we're going to have to do.
And what I say to anybody thinking, well, let's silence Andrew Bridgen, if anything happens to Andrew Bridgen, there'll be thousands of us, millions of us around the world saying, who is responsible for that? Because now you've said this, it in a way makes you safer, because now all of our eyes are on you to make sure that you
I've got what we were talking about holding those who've been responsible for crimes against the people to account legally, not going through a public inquiry. Next week, I should be able to make a very important announcement about that as well, which I can't talk about now, but we're working hard on that situation, and it goes right to the top.
Oh, my goodness. And I would say to anybody who is thinking of anything nefarious, when I put Jay Bhattacharya in touch with Andrew Bridgen, Jay's comment to me was, I cannot wait to talk to Andrew Bridgen, a man I have admired so much. So, Andrew, your protection goes right to the upper levels of the new Trump administration, and they will not allow anybody to get away with harming you. So
when I was furiously thrown out of the Conservative Party in early 2023 over my comments around the safety and efficacy of the vaccines, the only politician who contacted me and offered support was actually a US presidential candidate. It was Robert Kennedy Jr. He rang me on my mobile and offered his personal support. So I've got a vested interest, and I think the world has, and all those who want to see the truth come out, just pray and hope that we get some good news later today or tomorrow this week, and that we've got Robert Kennedy Jr. making America healthy again and the world healthy again, and exposing the truth. And they can't stand the truth. The truth's always going to be there. I think it was Churchill that said, you can deride it, you can criticize it, you can mock it, but at the end of the day, the truth, it's just there, and it's not going away. And we've got to make sure we never forget what they've done to us. It never, ever happens again, for the sake of future generations, Liz.